a very, very rare cooked breakfast. So, as I can't afford to waste a penny, I have to have my eggs ready. I'm going to put 3 eggs in there. Now, the one thing I care about, although I don't care about it in my heart, my soul, the one thing I care about is not appearing a mess. Generally, I've had a bug for 3 or 4 days or a week, so I haven't had the heart or energy to keep things really spick and span and tidy. Right, you're done, and I'm just going to chuck a couple of eggs in there now. I very rarely. This is an Easter. It was Easter Day. Who gives a fuck? Right. This is a treat. So I care about not appearing a mess, because then people will judge you and not take your work or your efforts seriously. And that wastes time. I don't want to waste time. The only reason I've turned this camera on is, yes, so in half an hour this place will be spick and span again. Right, and this breakfast, because I haven't had a cooked breakfast for a long, that's going in the wash later, so I'm not spreading mess. I mean, the one thing I despair of about the female of the species sometimes is I learned decades ago not to make a mess in the first place. If you don't make a mess, like, I know that's been my handkerchief for the last 3 or 4 days, or one of half a dozen. I've just wiped raw egg. Come on, is this gas going low? Right, in 1 minute that'll be ready. So, yeah, I haven't transferred mess onto this. It wasn't a clean rag. I mean, the amount of women that I've been around who just don't get this. You just, I'm men too, absolutely, categorically men too. But you don't transfer mess. That's the starting point. Anyway, I care that I look shipshape and clean, and people will take you more seriously. Bizarrely, the one person, you see, I kind of have a thing, and I don't think your Eckhart Tolles and all of this crap kind of paradigm understand this. And I lived this. My thing is, if you've had the occasional, in my case, 3 times I suppose the last 20 years, deep personal, we can call it love, we can call it whatever, with somebody, and unfortunately it doesn't go well, keep one thing, one gift, even if they did the most terrible things against you, which some do. It seems that they've got nothing better to do in this horrible country. But even if they do terrible things against you, I mean, the one who did the worst, although I didn't actually care at the time, is she said to me, "Oh, Simon, 15 years ago, we were in a caravan, like -10. Why have you left your pan without a lid on? You're wasting gas." And I always, whenever I put the lid on a pan, I always think about her. Positively. So yes, 20 years ago, I took up with, June the 20th, 20 years ago, I took up with somebody I truly adored, and we did actually have a few good months. But she gave me one little key, one true gift. Her children had been, her nearly grown-up children, had been to Steiner School. She was a goody. A better artist than anybody else I know. I still have that rug. My felt rug it was given to my daughter by her after she completely fucking let down my daughter, pretending they were new best friends. And this is a woman who had, her children were at the Steiner. She was so perfect, holier than thou, goody. Turned out to be a fake. Anyway, but I went to her house up north, Kirby Moorside, near Kirby Moor. Was it Kirby Moorside or yeah? And like, she presented herself when I met her at a friend's party I wasn't going to go to. It was just my birthday. I had nowhere to go to. Said to my daughter, didn't like this woman really. Said, oh, let's go to this party. It's an early evening party with a £2,000 yacht, and like there'll be some free food there and drinks. Anyway, so I met this woman and presented, and she basically moved among the beautiful people, although was a pretty down-to-earth northern woman. Anyway, but moving among the beautiful people, beautifully dressed, elegantly, as in hippie chick elegant, with a little bit of northern grit, big wedged Doc Martens under her beautiful floral skirt. Anyway, we took up. But I went to see her, and like, I walk into this house, rented actually. She was pretty humble. She'd suffered some violence, she said, and divorce 10 years earlier. Her kitchen was the most incredible mess. Even I was like, there were literally mushrooms growing in the sink. So this beautiful woman, truly beautiful, 39 years old. And it's like, and she says to me, well, you have to forget the kitchen. I realised I let go a few years ago. There's more important things to do in life than keep my kitchen bloody spick and span clean. And it's like, wow, yes. So there's a gift, even though I know she was the deep down the most dodgy, and I loved this woman. She was like that mermaid, the ultimate mermaid. But, oh, turning it over, just getting, right. But she gave me that gift. Now, I can't do that because I don't have 10 people in my background, friends, whatever. Oh, he's such a together guy, which I am always. I can tell you where every single item is in this vehicle. For example, where's the... Oh, let's test... Oh, I'm not even going to bother. You know, I have 3 candles here. The rest of them are in the 2 cups in there. I can put my hand... If somebody were to come into this vehicle and said, right, close your eyes, and they would pick up an item, anything, the smallest sort of thing, I could tell them exactly where that item is. I'm so together. But you have to look, unless you have your backup of 10 people. Well, you know, don't think he's crazy. He's so bloody ridiculously together and, generally speaking, all pretty clean, you know. But anyway, Madeleine gave me that one, perhaps most precious gift, because it is the root of... I mean, many people have, and I've seen it myself, blokes I've known well, and I've been to their house and they've got terrible, real clinical OCD. Oh my God, I mean, obsession. A friend of mine, if he put toast on a plate, he would have to put the toast under it a paper towel. It's like, Jesus Christ, this is a tough South Walian guy. It's like, Jesus Christ, I've come into a kind of neurotic hell. And he was high functioning. Anyway, yes, so that's one of the most, the key to love, relationships, whatever. Somebody even who was so warped and wasted your time and caused... I was under true pain after she exploded in an alcoholic. Don't know where that came from. Her whole act was she was perfect. A perfect, beautiful, beautiful, angelic artist and mother. No. Saw her at the Nomad Festival where we had a rendezvous. Myself and my daughter were looking forward to immensely. Hadn't been there. And she'd had half a bottle of Jack Daniels in her at tea time. It's like, what? Anyway, she, however, left this incredible gift of just life's too short to bother if there were mushrooms growing in the sink in her kitchen. There we go.